Here's number 2.
All right, you have the next one.
What's this next story about?
Shotgun marriage.
Oh, I love a good shotgun marriage. Who doesn't?
Right.
First of all, a shotgun marriage, for those of you who don't know, is basically where you're forced at the barrel of a gun to marry somebody.
I don't think that's it.
That is it. That's what a shotgun marriage is.
I don't feel like that's right.
No.
Was that the origins?
Yeah, that's fucking look it up right now. Fucking Google it.
I'll fucking
Google
it.
shotgun marriage.
This always works out for me.
You,
It worked out last week. Great. For me.
Every single time you Google.
I'm not going to Google it. I got a story on there that I need.
Every time you Google, it turns out that I'm right.
Was that the origin of it?
A shotgun marriage is based like a bunch of hillbillies, and a shotgun marriage is where you're going to marry my daughter because you knocked her up, and they force you at the point of a barrel of a gun to get married.
That was the origin of it.
That's the origin of it.
Okay.
That's a shotgun marriage.
But that's not what it is today.
No,
I'm sure it's happened.
It's it. Well, I think today it stands for being forced to marry someone.
Okay.
But there's still a gun involved. Let me do the story.
There's no gun involved. In this story, maybe.
There's a gun involved.
Okay, fucking do the story.
It was a shotgun wedding. There you go. See? And automatically you know that there's a gun involved when you hear that headline. It was a shotgun marriage.
No, I don't feel that way. Really? I do not feel that
then
way.
Why would they call it a shotgun?
It must be something about this garage where you become, all of a sudden, the smartest person I've ever met. And I'm retarded down here.
Not the smartest person you've met, but certainly the smartest person in the garage.
Well, yeah, but that's not always the case. When we're not in this garage, I'm on your level. But there's something about being in here where I'm retarded.
It's the fumes from the Mini Cooper.
Why aren't they affecting you? Why are you immune to this?
They make me stronger.
All right.
Because I live in Brooklyn, and the air is so bad,
right,
that when I get up here and I have pure exhaust, it's like, to you it's kryptonite. To me, it's the red sun.
Gotcha. All right, go ahead.
Anyway, it was a shotgun wedding. And I say to myself, oh, there's a gun involved. An Indian man named Vinod Kumar says he was abducted and forced at gunpoint to marry a stranger.
Yeah.
Kumar said an acquaintance invited him to someone else's wedding.
Was it at White Castle?
But when he got there...
Where was Harold?
It doesn't say where it was. But when he got there, he found out the wedding was for him, and his buddy was his soon-to-be brother-in-law. So he got there. His buddy said, "You're marrying my sister." And often this happens in India or wherever Kumar lives. Poor families unable to afford a dowry sometimes resort to the practice known as Pakdua Shad. All right? He was 26 and he was rescued by police and made it back to his family in Bihar.
Okay.
So
this happened actually in India.
In Bihar.
Right. Well, God bless America, that's where if someone kidnaps me and forces me to marry their sister, I go to the authorities after the reception is over.
Right.
I report them.
Really?
They get arrested. I get a quickie annulment.
You think that if they're breaking the law and committing a crime and forcing you to do something at gunpoint, there's going to be a reception?
You think I'm missing the buffet? Are you nuts?
Is there cake?
There's gotta be. It's a wedding.
I don't think people break the law and then throw a party.
They have to. It's a wedding.
So you can get married without a party.
Well, do you think they're not going to throw the party because they're afraid I'm going to slip off to during the electric slide?
I think you're going to yo-yo yippee-yi-ki-yay right out the door.
Let me tell you something. I'm a person who hates weddings, but once I'm at them, it's fantastic.
Really, you make the most of it.
Oh, of course. You got free booze and food everywhere.
See, like all parties that I go to, I always start looking for my exit. My exit strategy. I walk in, I'm like, oh, this is going to be fun. Now, how do I get the fuck out of here?
Not with a wedding, because you put too much time and energy into it. You put all of this, especially if you're in it, this terrible, terrible time into it. And by the time you get your first drink, you're like, you know what? I've done all this dumb shit. I'm going to make this happen.
When I got married, we had everybody out of the building by 8:30.
Is that right?
Gone. Out of the building.
Well, your wedding is a different situation. Not specifically the wedding that you had. I'm just saying your own wedding, you have to behave.
And there was no shotgun, by the way.
Yeah, right. Good. That's good. I met your wife and I questioned that.
Ow! I keep hitting my head on this fucking show.
Yeah, now who's stupid? Why did I do a Conan O'Brien head wiggle?
Losing power. Not so smart anymore.
I'm stupid now.
Anyway, I'm just saying that if there's a shotgun wedding, I'm guessing there's no reception.
I would think otherwise. It's a wedding. It's a day of celebration. Listen, if you hold me up at gunpoint and force me to marry your sister, there better be some crab cakes involved. And some watered down gin and tonics.
Well, why don't you people tell us at home? Give us a call at 1-8. Oh, I'm sorry. For a minute, I thought we were a real radio show.
We'll do it live. I'll write it. We'll do it live. I think that I've always thought the weddings, like the arranged weddings, was an interesting thing. A lot of Indian families do that. But
and then there's a reason to party because it's a combining of two families, and that's good. Even though it is arranged, and it's sort of like a shotgun wedding because you're being forced to marry someone that you don't necessarily want to be married to. But at least I would say that they probably grin and bear it, and they say, you know what, I fucking hate you. I'm going to end up killing you at some point. But you know what? The cake is delicious.
Yeah, like what if you're the guy? Like obviously, if you're like, well, I just can only think from a guy's perspective. So I'll just say you're the guy, and of course, if you show up and it turns out that the lady's not attractive, you're very upset. However,
what if she's got a great personality?
However,
see, that's the difference between you and I. I see the glass as half full.
Yeah.
You see the glass as half ugly.
What if you show up and you're a regular dude and she's gorgeous?
Nice.
Right.
But what do you think the gorgeous woman is going to be interested in dating the just sort of all right guy?
No, but she's already, it's arranged.
What if he's got...
We have an arrangement.
It's
been arranged.
What if he's got a great personality?
Exactly. See, it works the other way. That I can understand.
So the women got to suck it up, but the men can say either yay or nay.
Listen, I'm not part of this. Like, I'm just asking questions here, okay? I'm telling you how I might feel in one of these situations, but I'm not. I've never been a part of this.
I got to be honest.
It's their fault for arranging.
I could picture you and your wife being an arranged marriage.
I know, right? I've heard that. I've heard that.
I can picture that. I can picture that somewhere along the line, you know, someone said, all right, listen, you're going to have to marry Lou.
Right.
And she was like, oh, do I have to? And they said, yes.
No. You don't understand. You really just don't get me.
And I don't get you.
My game is otherworldly.
Really?
Well, look at how I look. Right? I am most often, my looks, if you don't know what I look like, compared to Danny Bonaducci.
Yeah, I can see
which
that.
I think is fair.
I can see that.
And Danny Bonaducci is ugly.
He is ugly.
I'm okay with that.
He is ugly. He's not a good looking dude.
I've made my peace.
Have you ever met him?
No, but I think I've interviewed him.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I remember interviewing him.
Danny Bonaducci, of course, from the Partridge Family. The redheaded fake bass player.
Right. So that's who my looks get compared to. My wife was a model, and like a one that you would, not the girl that says I was the model, and you're like,
and not just a model.
I'm sure you were
Dominican. Yeah, she's Dominican, so smoking, right?
Beautiful body, beautiful face, the whole thing. So yes, I get a lot of this, but my game is otherworldly. It has to be for what I have pulled off.
Right. You can't be Bonaducci-ish.
Right. You can't look
going
like
through
Bonaducci.
life as a Bonaducci.
Right. Right.
All right, I'm going to buy it. Because I know that in this day and age in the United States, there's probably not too many arranged marriages. Maybe there are. I don't know. I don't know the stats.
In the United States. Well, I don't know, but I've heard a lot of Indian people who are Indian American or American Indian,
and there is an arranged marriage. You're right.
There's a lot of those still.
They bring aspects of their culture over here, and try to continue it.
What do they call them? Indian Americans? What do we call? I'm Italian American, so it would be Indian American.
It would Indian American, not
and
American Indian.
Indians are American Indians. Feathers, not dots.
Exactly. Feathers, not dots.
Right. Which is the reverse of the Good Will Hunting explanation.
If that makes it easier for you,
I got to tell you, everything in here is difficult today. I'm really not.
No.
The brain's not working.
Oh, today the brains aren't working today.
Well, it wasn't working last week either. It's been a rough couple weeks.
Yes. We had a couple of weeks off from doing the show, and so you showed up totally unprepared.
Yeah. Oh yeah, big time.
But thank God I'm here to carry the ball.
I forgot the preparation.
Thank God the minute I walk into this garage, my brain gets bigger and functions. Yeah. All the synapses are firing on full throttle.
I figured it out.
What's that?
We're Pinky in the Brain. What we going to do tonight, Brian? Same thing we do every night, Pinky. Try and take over the world.
Which one are you?
I'm Pinky.
Okay, good.
I'm admitting that I'm Pinky.
I never saw Pinky in the Brain.
You never saw Pinky? Oh, you would like Pinky.
No, I wouldn't. Fuck you. Don't tell me what I would like.
Fuck you.
Every week.
Fuck you.
Every week.
Watch
every week. I'm so sick of you and everybody telling me what I should watch
Pinky in the Brain.
And what I would like.
I don't know what I've told you in the past that you would like and you should like should watch.
I don't remember either.
Pinky and the Brain.
Yeah, and you know what? Next week when I come in here, I will have not watched Pinky and the Brain.
And next week it'll be Pinky and the Brain. It's my goal now, personally, in life.
No, I'm not going to watch it. I'm not going to fucking watch it.
How's that?
1, 2, 3.
Here's number 3.
All right. What do we got here? Oh, my goodness. So we were going to talk about... This is funny because RC and I both came with a similar type segment. We were going to talk about gyms, public gyms. You know, like go to Planet Fitness or whatever the fuck you go. But you had a better version of this story, and it's about locker rooms. And somebody did some survey or...
And I just have to say, right off the bat, I haven't spent a lot of my life in a locker room.
I have.
Okay.
It's unfortunate, but I have.
I didn't play sports in high school. I didn't, play sports in college. I had a period where I would go to the gym to work out, but it was within walking distance from my house, so I could go to the gym dressed and work out and then walk home.
Right.
So I've never been a locker room guy. In high school, we had gym class where we had to change in, and the locker room at an all-boys Catholic high school is a very dark and disturbing place.
Oh, yeah.
You know, just,
I feel you.
You know,
there's
a lot of mocking going on, a lot of ribald humor.
Ribald. Where are we?
Goes on.
We're in a Prohibition era speakeasy, apparently.
Anyway, the locker room, I think we can all
You're so
agree.
impressed with yourself right now for using ribald.
I'm very impressed with myself. So I go through moments throughout the day where I say to myself, that wasn't half bad.
Okay.
Anyway, the locker room is a place with the sole purpose of providing somewhere to change away from public eyes. Makes nearly a third of Americans, 31%, feel self-conscious about their bodies and say that they don't feel comfortable changing in front of people of the same gender.
All right, buddy. Yeah. Can I continue? And then I have a shit ton of stories.
Excellent. More than a third, 34%, say that they feel comfortable changing all of their clothes in front of others. And 27% say they're comfortable only changing down to their underwear.
Okay.
So the majority of people do not feel comfortable changing in a locker room. I have to agree with them.
Yeah.
I don't feel comfortable.
Nor should you. Let me work backwards. So I'll work with the most recent time period of my locker room experience, which is these gyms that you get a membership and you go.
Hey, we're about to have locker room talk.
Yes! I did try and fuck her. I moved heavily on her. Not that kind. I took her furniture shopping. Oh, did you know? Everybody does that. So this, I've been at several different gyms. I've been to chain gyms. I've worked at gyms, been in a lot of these locker rooms. And what is a truth, an absolute truth, it's not my opinion. You ask anybody who's spent enough time in these locker rooms, is anybody over the age of 65 in there is all too excited to be fully naked. And they spend far too much time naked, unnecessary time, full conversations, standing dick to dick. I've seen it again and again. I once witnessed a man blow dry his ball hair with a leg up on the counter. So we're not even talking about blatant trying to make people feel uncomfortable, insane behavior. We're talking a level above that, where he kicked his foot up on the counter and is blow drying his undercarriage, his ball hair, which was silver, silvery fox
circumcised
ball hair.
Was he
circumcised.
Okay,
yeah, I got the whole layout of his dick. I know it better than my own because he made sure that we all did. I once was taking a shower. And it was the curtain, not the door.
Right.
And across from me was a man, and this used to be in my act, but it was a true story, a man looking across and masturbating while watching me shower.
Wow.
Fun, right?
Nice.
Not fun.
Did you let him finish? Because you can't really cockblock a guy in that situation.
Just wrap it up.
Yeah, you can't cockblock a guy, because then he's cranky, he's grumpy. You got to let the guy finish.
I don't think I feel comfortable right now.